Hello YouTube and welcome back to Maya's Bug. In this episode, I'm going to show you how to make a carbon fiber part very simply, the easiest method you can that's not flat. Right up here, we have a third brake light. It's a fiberglass third brake light housing. It is off of Lino's car from Over Budget Bajas. We're going to take this and we're going to turn it into carbon fiber. This one's a little bit beat up. He rolled his car not that long ago. He's getting it fixed up. We're going to make him a new one out of carbon fiber. And I'm going to show you guys how to do it. So first thing we're going to do is we're going to get some wood. I like to use wood that has the melamine coating on top of it. You're going to cut a couple strips that are tall enough to make the flanges. We are going to take these and we're going to start assembling them on here in the shape of that. And we're going to make a temporary mold in order to make our carbon fiber part. So let's get going on that. Okay, so I got the melamine boards all glued together. I just used a little cheapy hot glue gun. Glued them together in the shape that we want and the size. Lino did decide that he wanted this to be a little bit bigger. So right now, this is actually 12 inches wide instead of his original size. And I didn't realize that he had wrote on here. So we got 12 inch by 3.5, and that's what we have here. So he's going to be putting in 3 of these Baja Designs lights that will mount right in here. 1, 2, 3. So the next thing we need to do is we're gonna take some Bondo. And we're going to mix up some Bondo, and we're going to put a 1/4 inch fillet in all of these corners. Oh, one other thing is I did add some draft to this, so I ended up putting 2 degrees of draft. This is now at 92 degrees instead of 90. So that way the part can come out easily. It shouldn't have a problem even if it was perfectly square, because you could just slide it out this way, or I could just disassemble the tool. But I'm going to try to pull another one of these off, because maybe I'll put one on my car. I'm not sure yet. Either way, we're going to mix up some Bondo, put in the corners, and make this thing look nice and get it ready for a layup. Okay, so I've given this a few minutes to dry. It's probably been about 30 minutes. The Bondo is dry to the touch, but it's still soft. This is the time when you want to come through. I'm going to bring in some 120 grit sandpaper. I'm going to come through, and I'm just going to lightly just sand off any of those high spots to try to just knock those off, so that way I don't have to deal with them while it's really hard. So I'll just come through, hit all the corners, knock all those highs down, and then we're going to be ready for our second batch, because we're going to have to do a couple little touch-ups here. Once we do our touch-ups, then we're going to be ready to final sand this and get it released, so that way we can do our layup. We've got 3 coats of wax on here. We've waxed it on, we've waxed it off, we've cleaned it all up. So now we're ready to put on our polyvinyl alcohol. That's our PVA. We're gonna put on a nice heavy coat before we start our layup, so that way our part hopefully comes out real easy. So let's put that on now. Okay, so this is going to be my first layer down in the mold. I need to make sure that this cut line is very, very clean as possible, because every little stray fiber, you're going to see it in your part. So what I'm going to do, this is called the salvage edge. I want to cut this off, but if I cut that off now, it's going to start flaying out everywhere, and I'm going to have loose fibers. It's going to be really ugly. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take some spray 77. I'm going to spray down this strip here, And then I'm gonna double stack just the section where I'm gonna cut, and it's gonna interface in the front of our part. And that way, whenever I clean it, it's stabilized and it's not gonna wanna fray as much. So I'm gonna spray this, get it down on here, and then we'll make our cut. Okay. Now we're gonna double stack. And this is gonna stabilize that leading edge, so we can cut it. I'm gonna take this tape off here that was in there. We don't want that in our layup. There we go. Now we should be able to do a nice clean cut on that leading edge without it fraying. And there it is. We got a nice clean edge. We don't have a lot of fibers fraying. And this will be our first ply down into the bottom. When you're wetting out this ply, you want to be real careful not to skew the fibers. And at this point, if you get a couple bristles in your layup, it's not that important. They're just going to stay in the middle of the layup. It's just really important that that first layer down doesn't have any bristles in it. So now you're just going to come through and you're going to add resin where needed and fully wet out this layer before we put another piece on. The motion I'm doing is called stippling. You're kind of pushing the resin into the material. You're not stabbing it, you're kind of bending the brush and pushing the resin into the material. You'll see a distinct color difference between material that's been fully saturated and material that's still dry. You want to go through and make sure that everything is saturated with resin before we put our second layer on. We're also going to finish up this front face before we move on to the second layer. The areas where it is double stacked is going to need a little bit more resin than the rest of it because we are trying to wet out 2 full layers of material. But it shouldn't be a problem unless you're using really thick stuff. Then you're going to have a little bit of trouble. And you want to spend a little bit of extra time in the corners. Make sure it's fully down and you're not having any bridging. Okay, there we go. That layer is done with getting wet out. There's no air bubbles, everything's wet. Now we're gonna move on to that front face. Okay, here we go. Ooh, you see that fiber right there? We wanna get rid of that. That is gonna cause us a blemish, basically. You can put it out here in the middle of this. Want to make sure these fibers are as straight as possible on this face because that is going to be the face you're seeing. He is going to cut a bunch of light holes in this, so most of it's going to be gone, but we want it to look good when we deliver it to Lino. Going to cut some reliefs in the corners as needed. All right, so this material is called basalt. It's very similar to carbon fiber. It has a very high temperature capability, and I'm gonna use that as filler material so I don't use up all my pretty carbon just to build thickness here. So we're gonna use this as filler. Okay, so I added 4 layers overall. The whole thing's covered in 4 layers. And I made sure that overlaps happened around in the corners, so that way every time there's an overlap, essentially you're doubling the thickness. So these corners are actually more like 8 layers, 8 layers, 8 layers. And then I actually added 2 more layers on this front face where the lights are gonna mount. So that way we're at a total of 6 layers there. Now we're just gonna wait for it to set up. Probably tomorrow we'll try to pop it out. You can accelerate this by putting it in a warm room. I wouldn't put it in a hot room or out in the sun because it could start to bubble as it starts to outgas. So let it cure slowly. Don't try to accelerate the cure too fast. If it was under a vacuum bag, that would be okay, but right now we're just gonna do a contact layup. We're gonna leave it just the way it is. Make sure that it's stippled out really well. All of the plies are down to the tool, and you shouldn't have any problems. So when we get this thing popped out, we'll see what it looks like. Well, it looks like my bondo stuck pretty good, so I will hit this with a grinder and get all this off. And if I ever make another one, I have to remake the tool. Okay, so we got our part rough trimmed. We did put a little bit of curve in this to match the roof line. So up on top of the car, this thing is curved, so we want to make sure that that's just fairly close. It doesn't have to be perfect yet. And then we sanded the entire thing out with 120 grit. So it's got this nice dull surface. Now we're gonna move into the resin wipe. We're gonna try to get rid of all these little pinholes. So you can see all these little pinholes. These will fill with dust and they turn white. So you want to use compressed air to blow all those out as best you can and get rid of any of the dust that's stuck inside of the porosity. Also, you might end up with things like this, like I bridged this corner a little bit because we did a contact layup. We didn't have a lot of good pressure here, so we're gonna resin wipe right over this. We're not gonna try to sand this out because then we're gonna get ply burn through on the edges and we don't wanna have that ply burn through. So yeah, we're gonna resin wipe this now. We're gonna mix up some clear UV resin that is good for being out in the sun, and we're gonna top coat this, and then we're gonna sand it out again and do it one more time before we put a clear coat on here. So let's do that. Okay, so here it is. We've got this part all sanded out and resin wiped. I sanded it out again, resin wiped it again. You can see there is still some imperfections, so that's okay. I'm gonna sand it out one more time, and then I'll throw the clear coat on top of it. Over here we have Lino's lights, or similar lights to what Lino's gonna be running. What I did is I pulled the bezel off And I used the bezel to make a template, so that way I know where to trim and drill for his lights. So I will get this lined up. And once I get this all lined up and perfectly spaced, I will trim and drill out the holes for his lights. Then you guys can mount, you can mount it however you want. I'm gonna add some carbon tabs inside here, and that way I can run some studs through the top of the roof line, and that will mount it into position. So get that done. Okay, well, that's going to wrap this video. This is going to be part 1. I'm going to have a part 2 where I sand this guy out and then do a final clear coat, add a couple mounts to the bottom of this, ship it out to Lino, and then Lino's going to get it on his car. So that's going to be part 2. I had to stop for just a minute because I am moving right now. So as you can see, my bug is gone and we are moving into a new place. So I'm going to have a bigger shop. So stay tuned, and thank you guys for watching the build of this carbon fiber third brake light. Let's go. Catch you later.